Welcome to the series Alternative Healing Practices. This presentation explores methods that promote physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. We meet licensed practitioners of Reiki, acupuncture, and others, all who practice in the Boston metropolitan area. They have generously given of their time and experience to demonstrate and explain their professional techniques. Clients arrive with particular symptoms: organic, neurological, orthopedic, and even everyday aches and pains. From each practitioner, we learn of their diagnoses and witness their treatments. The treatment plan is carefully detailed. This series is inspired and produced by Noel Johnson, who herself has benefited greatly from these and other alternative healing practices. This session shows Bridget Dinsmore, Reiki Master Teacher and Practitioner, being interviewed by Nancy Haggerty.
Okay. At the beginning of a Reiki session, one thing you want to make sure is that the patient is comfortable and warm. They are fully clothed, and just a little blanket just kind of keeps them warm because the body temperature drops when they are in a relaxed position. And so we usually start Reiki at the crown of the head, and we will hold the hand positions in whichever part of the body that we're working on. We hold the hand position no less than 3 minutes, but you can hold it longer than 3 minutes.
What is it about the healing power of the hands with Reiki? I mean, I know with acupuncture they use little needles, and I'm just wondering about the hands.
I can explain that better by telling you an experience I had as a child, whenever I was about maybe 7 or 8 years old. We couldn't afford medication, and my mother, I had a headache, and I was telling my mom I had a headache, and she called me over and held me against her breast, and she took her hands and cupped her hands around my head, and my headache was gone. So that was my very first introduction to Reiki, but I didn't. There wasn't a name for it then, and the hands are very powerful. It's just the energy all around you. It's just how you use the energy you have within you. You can feel it.
Do your hands get hot?
My hands can get hot. They can get cold. They can tingle. If you notice those little prayers on the wall, well, they're moving, but there's no wind in here. Right? You don't see. There's a heater below them, and it's not hot air heater. But the heat is energy, and so the heat is moving those flags on the wall. And that's the same thing that happens with your hands. Because your hands have energy, they can move the energies in the room around.
That is amazing.
You can do it by yourself. It's just using the universal energy. Like, remember, well, you don't remember it, but you've been told about the day you were born. And usually the doctor will hold you upside down and give you a little smack, and you take your first gulp of air, and then you hear the baby cry after the baby's being removed from the mom. And that's universal energy. You need that breath of air for the rest of your life. And that's really what Reiki is actually a system that uses universal life force energy, and that's the energy that we breathe. And we don't utilize it the way we should. And when we focus on it, like when we're lying here on the table, we're just kind of focusing on our breath and our breathing. And that's the universal life force energy. It's just a natural energy that's around us all day. And when you walk out on the streets, you're picking up energy from the earth. That's all universal life force energy.
Yeah, fascinating. That is great. How does Reiki affect the chakras?
Well, I'm not a person who is a professional person who does work with chakras, but I use the chakras as a teaching tool to teach my students the hand positions, because each hand position follows the basic chakras. You have the crown of the head, which is here first. That's the crown chakra. Then you have the third eye, which is over here. You work on the third eye chakra. And then you move to what's known as the throat chakra. In the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, and then that's called the root chakra in the pubic area, but the root chakra goes all the way to the feet. So that's, and as you see that person is sitting down, I just think of them as gathering the energy from the earth as they're sitting there. And I just use these names mostly for just teaching where the hand positions are. Chakras is a whole other healing process that involves learning a lot about your meridians and where each chakra is placed. There's more than 7 chakras, but I just use 7 chakras, which are the basic ones for hand positions.
So could you do Reiki on yourself?
I do Reiki on myself every day.
And you just put your hands where it hurts?
Put your hands where it hurts. You can put your hands. I do it to maintain my health.
Do you see anything special when you do it?
No. Nope. I just get into a relaxed position, as you see Noel is right now, and I just move my hands around on my body. And it just maintains my health. I just stay healthy. It's not just, you just don't have a Reiki session just because you feel sick or you've got an injury. You can just have Reiki, like,
just to make you
just
feel
to make,
better.
yeah, and just to maintain your health, just to keep you healthy.
Wow, that is such a learning.
Yeah.
I had no idea. If I were to put my hands on Noel,
That's fine. You could do that right now. She would feel it.
and I put my hands down,
You can leave your hands up as they are above the aura, or you can put them down.
am I having them the right way?
There's no right or wrong way.
Oh, how wonderful.
That's why I use the chakras, so that it just gives you a guideline. But there's no right or wrong way in putting your hands on someone.
This is fascinating. And are your hands hot?
Sometimes the client will tell me my hands are extremely hot. I don't feel them hot, but the client might.